chat. Let me know you can actually hear me loud and clear, please. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Welcome to today's session. My name is Mohammed Suleiman, and I want to welcome you guys all to Analytics Business. Okay, I want to welcome you guys all to Analytics Business. We're going to have a fantastic session tonight. We're going to learn quite a bunch of stuff. So I need you guys to be highly attentive, and you may also want to share this link with anyone who you think would be benefiting from a session like this. Okay. But before we set the ball rolling, I want to know where we are all joining from. Are you joining in from Lagos, Abuja, Canada, UK, Kenya? Let us know where you are joining us from in the chat box. Let us know where you are joining us from in the chat box. Let's know where you are joining us from in the chat box. Where are you joining us from in the chat box? So you can type in the chat. I'll type Lagos. So I'm joining from Lagos. So I'll type Lagos in the chat. So type, let me know where you are joining us from. Okay, Michael is joining from Abuja. Fantastic one. All right. So while the rest of us are typing where we are joining us from, okay, Charles from Lagos, fantastic. So if you're just joining, you're welcome along. Let me know where you're joining us from. Okay, and of course, if this is your first time, you are welcome to Analytics Business. So let's get right into it. Okay, there are tons of career paths that we should be talking about right now, especially around AI and how you can also break into it. So I'll be sharing my screen and we'll go ahead and learn some real stuff. I'll also be sharing some, let's say, tricks or secrets, however you want to call it, to getting ahead of the competition in with regards to AI. Okay, so let me know if you can see my screen. I'll need you to respond. Okay, I'll need you guys to respond. So let's make this a very interactive session. So type in the chat. If you can see my screen, type crystal clear so that I know that we're about to take off. So I'm going to be the pilot for tonight's session. So let me know if you can see my screen. Type crystal clear. Okay, crystal clear. Fantastic. Thank you very much. That's more like it. So type crystal clear in the chat. Let me know you can actually see my screen. Okay. Now, while the session is going on, I'll be sharing a bunch of materials, my slides included. This session is also recorded. So if you want to get this after the session, do well to fill out the attendance form. You see the link in the chat posted by one of my team members. So do well to fill out the attendance form and we are good to go. All right, so in today's session, we'll be looking at the core differences between a data analyst, HR analyst, and a business analyst. Okay, and we'll go into how AI has affected these three career paths, and of course, what you should be looking at and what you should be doing going forward. But first things first, majority of us here are seeing analytics business for the very first time. So allow me to introduce to you Analytics Business. So welcome to Analytics Business. What we do is very simple. We help organizations and individuals skill up in AI. Okay, AI we used to say AI is the future, okay, but it has arrived now. So AI is now. Okay, so in as much as you're in your different industries working right now to make impact in any business, in any organization, in any industry, you need to start to look at how you can infuse AI into what you're doing, whether you're a teacher or you're a student, or you work in the bank, or you own your own business. You have to start looking at AI because that is what brings about impact these days. Okay, and don't worry, in the session you will get to talk more about that. Now, as for myself, like I said earlier, my name is Mohammed Suleiman. Um, I've been able to rack up experience around data analytics, data science, and AI. I've also been able to, in my experience, work with some of the top organizations globally. If you know, if you're into vehicles, if you're a car guy or car girl, you know Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo is one of Italy's largest luxury car brand. I worked with them as a data analyst and data scientist remotely from Lagos, Nigeria. So if you are here tonight and you are also considering remote opportunities as something you're interested in, then fantastic, you are in the right session. And I'll be sharing my experience with you as well. They have also helped quite a number of Africans successfully transition into the tech space. Okay, so uh, I am an example of somebody who found it very difficult to get into the tech space. Okay, so coming off that experience, I've been able to make it easier for those people behind me, to get into the tech space, and I'm still doing it. I also transitioned into the tech space, and I had a first degree in mechanical engineering. So you can see diverse industries, but now I'm in the world of tech. I've also been a LinkedIn top voice in data visualization, and this just goes to show the influence that I have had in the industry so far. All right, this session tonight, we're going to be learning quite a little bit of stuff. Okay, what are the key differences between a data analyst, HR analyst, and a business analyst? We'll also start to look at what are the key skills that are required to be able to get into some of the fantastic career paths we'll be talking about, and of course, positioning. Okay, um, getting opportunities is all about positioning. Okay, it is all about what? Positioning. I want to know if I'm speaking to myself or I have you guys around. Type positioning if you are with me. Type positioning in the chat. And also do not forget to fill out the attendance form. It's right there in the chat as well. You can see Tolulope INE, that's one of my colleagues pasting the attendance in the chat. So please fill out the attendance form. You get my slides, you get all the materials I'll use in this session, every single thing. Okay, brilliant. I can see the positioning. Fantastic. Great. So positioning is key. Okay. You could have somebody else working twice as hard as you, but if you position yourself rightly and smartly, you would outpace um, that person, the other person. Okay. So let's get into it. Okay. Let's get into it. So data analyst, HR analyst, what's the difference? Okay, what is the key difference? So let's start with the data analyst. Now, a data analyst will go into an organization. Okay, they'll get hold of raw data, and guess what? They build a dashboard like that. Okay, it summarizes what's really going on inside of the data. Okay, how about the HR analyst? Well, they also get into the organization. Okay, also get hold of raw data, and guess what? They also build dashboards. Okay. But the key thing here, the key difference here, which I want to actually highlight, because you may already be wondering that, Mohammed, didn't you just change the color of the dashboards and telling us the same thing? What's really the difference? Well, you'll not be wrong to think like that. Okay. But the key thing is the HR analyst is always looking at the HR data, human resource data. Okay. And how to, improve the workforce because human resource, people are one of the integral parts of a business. If you don't have people, you do not have a business. Okay, so and that's why it has become a career path. So you can call a HR analyst a data analyst that focuses squarely on people. Are we together, guys? Are we together? Are we together? Okay, because if you look closely at both dashboards, you see the one for the data analyst is more of sales, profit, revenue, regional analysis and the likes. While if you look at the HR dashboard, it's talking about the people. Okay, how many hires that have been made, people who have left, the age distribution, the history of people who have left the organization, where they are located, their job role, their cadre, and so many more. Okay, so this is a typical example. All right. And as a data analyst, um, your job role can span several shapes and forms. So there are different nomenclatures that you can take. Sometimes you hear marketing data analyst, financial data analyst, supply chain data analyst, BI analyst, product data analyst, risk analyst, and the list is endless. As for the HR analyst, you also have a people analyst, HR analyst, HR data analyst, compensation and benefit analyst, talent acquisition analyst, employee engagement analyst, and the list is as well endless. Now, um, what's the job of a business analyst? Okay, a business analyst is a problem solver. Okay, a problem solver. Just to drive my point home, a business analyst is a problem solver. And some of your core functions, all right, some of the core functions that you'll be going through, mapping out processes. So you want to get into an organization, you want to look at how they are doing things, and then you map it out on a paper, okay? Just to drive my point home. You do it digitally, not a literal paper. We're going to draw a map. Okay, and the key thing you want to achieve is how can we move from the start to the finish of that process, okay, much faster with less resources, okay, and will while making our customers happy. So that's the nutshell of who a business analyst is. Okay, and these are some of the functions you'll be carrying out: initiating projects, planning projects, gathering requirements, and more. Okay, but these days, okay, you also want to start to infuse AI into what you're doing. But we'll get into all of these things. Okay, I just wanted you to understand, what the role of the business analyst is. All right. So let me start to dish out some interesting stuff to you guys. Okay, I've explained some of the career paths, the differences, but let me start to dish out some interesting things to you guys. But again, like I said, I want this to be a two-way discussion. So where are those who are actively applying to jobs currently, whether tech or non-tech? You're currently actively applying to jobs. Type job in the chat. Type job in the chat. You're currently actively applying to jobs. Type job in the chat. Okay, I can see Alabi typing. Don't forget to fill out the attendance form, guys. Okay, it's in the chat. Click on that blue link. Okay, and if you can't click on the blue link, just read the remainder of the message and follow the instruction. Okay, are you saying only 2 people in this session? We're over 40. Are you saying only 2 people are actively applying to jobs? Wow, that would be very alarming. Guys, even if you're not applying, aren't you looking for a better job? Aren't you looking for something better? Okay, fantastic. That's more like it. So you need to even know how jobs are gotten before you can get one. You need to know how to fish, right? Before you can catch fish. Isn't that correct? If you don't, you can't gamble it. You can't gamble. You need to know. So it has to come from a place of knowledge, right? So let us go. Today I'm gonna unveil the roadmap for getting a job. Okay. And don't worry, let's get into it. Okay. Let's get into it so you see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, when you hit that apply button, the moment you hit the apply button, majority of us assume that, oh, I've sent my CV to the HR. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. You click the apply button, you assume that your CV goes to the HR. Give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. This is wrong. Okay? It is wrong. If you think this is what happens, then it explains why you always get a rejection email all the time. Here's what happens really. When you hit the apply button, your CV first goes to a robot called ATS, the Applicant Tracking System. Now we're talking about AI. So AI is not just something that helps you get a job or a new career path that has opened up new opportunities now. Even the HR that's going to be hiring you, the recruitment managers, they are using AI like this ATS to screen your CV. Okay, this same ATS will be in charge of sending you a rejection email if you don't meet the minimum criteria. And guess what? Only a few CVs actually make it to the HR, which means the lesson here is that anytime you get that email that is telling you, oh, your application stood out, but we regret to inform you that we will be moving on with other candidates who we deem more suitable for the role. If you receive these love letters from recruiters, just know that they did not even see your CV in the first place. No human being saw your CV. If you're receiving a rejection email, no, just take it from me today, okay? Nobody saw your CV. And it's amazing because the ATS is in charge of screening out CVs and that's exactly what the HR personnel want. They want as many people as possible to apply to the jobs, but they want the best, the few, the top 1% to be the ones that will land at their table. And that's where the ATS comes in. Now, afterwards, you then, attend your interview, get invited for your interview, you make it to the top 1%. Okay, you get the interview. Of course, you need to prepare for the interview. So you'll not be looking like Will Smith right there. And from there, you get a job. Okay, so this is the roadmap, typical roadmap for getting a job. Okay, and many people miss the most important part, which is the ATS. Okay, because if you skip this ATS, it still looks like it makes sense. I mean, I apply, it goes to the HR, they invite me, and I get a job. But no, sadly, that is not how it works. Okay, it actually works with this green route. Am I making sense? Have you learned something so far? Because we're just getting started. We are just getting started. Okay, we are just getting started because I'm about to drop another learning point. Guys, I need your feedback. Remember, it's a two-way discussion, so I need your reactions. Are we together? Are we learning something? Are you excited? Okay, are you excited? Because I want you to leave this session with so much information as we possibly can cover tonight. Okay. All right. All right. More like it. So don't forget, if you're just joining us or you've not filled out the attendance form, look at the chat box. The link is there. Tolulope, one of my team members, posting the link. So ensure to fill out the attendance form if you haven't already. Now, if you are anywhere in Africa or you are in Nigeria, let me let you in on a fantastic secret. Okay? Don't tell anybody this thing. Okay? It's just meant for you. Now, guess what? Recruiters abroad are no longer hiring talent within their locality alone. So they have seen two things. Number one, okay, instead of focusing on just talents that are located uh, in North America, in the UK, why not hire Africans in Africa who are just as talented as our own local talents, and we pay them way less than what we would pay people, locally in North America and the UK, and still get the same quality and still get them to be happy. Let me paint this perspective for you. The typical salary of, say, an AI automation engineer is somewhere around 80,000 US dollars on a yearly basis. Now, some of these recruitment agencies, what they do is instead of hiring somebody in the US, they come to Nigeria. Okay, of course, they don't fly to Nigeria online. Okay, they look for African talent who can also deliver the kind of quality they are looking for, and then they pay them instead of 80K. US dollars on a on a yearly basis rather, not monthly. Okay. On a if you're taking 80,000 US dollars monthly, you already be great. You don't need to work for anybody anymore. Okay, you just resign. You do that for 1 year, you just resign. All right. But it's actually 80,000 US dollars on a yearly basis. Okay, so instead of paying that in Africa, they can cut it down. Listen, they can cut it down to as low. I'm talking about the lowest that they can cut it down to now. They can cut it down to as low as 8,000. That's 10%. They'll give you just 10% of 100. 8,000 US dollars per year. Now, guys, if anybody here is into forex, please help us with the conversion. If you're taking 8,000 US dollars on a yearly basis, rather, okay, divide it by 12, convert it to naira. What will you be earning on a monthly basis in naira? Very quickly, please, somebody help me very quickly. 8,000 US dollars yearly divided by 12. Okay, convert one of that to naira. How much on a monthly basis will you be earning in naira? Very quickly, very quickly. You can use the lowest dollar rate available out there. Okay, so that we can get the lowest possible price you can be taking on. So very quickly, guys, very quickly, very quickly, very quickly. Who is helping me? And don't forget to fill the form as well if you've not filled the attendance form yet. Okay, it's in the chat. Okay. Ajibayo Blessing says 990,000 naira monthly. Okay. Does anybody have a lower figure? Quickly, I just need maybe one or two more people to give me their own results, depending on the rate you used. So Blessing is saying 990,000 naira per month. Okay. So before I ask my follow-up question, who else is helping us with the conversion? Very quickly, guys. Okay. Michael says 968, which is lower. Okay, fantastic. Rita just summed it up and said 1 million per month. Okay, fantastic. 1 million is 1.5. Okay. Okay, somebody said 850K to a million naira per month. Now, it is true that 850,000 naira per month would not buy you a Lamborghini or a house in Lekki. Okay, but I just want you to look at where you currently are now. Okay, all right. Um, is this reasonable for you? I mean, for some people, it is still very low, and this is the lowest possible you can get. Again, I said as low as. Okay, as low as sometimes they could cut it down to just 20,000. That's where the average is. Okay, but even that 20,000, if you divide it by two, 8,000 is still not up to it. So 8,000 is like the barest minimum. Okay, 8,000 is the barest minimum you can get on a yearly basis for the skills that you'll be giving out. So, and the reason they are doing this is because they know something called purchasing power parity. Okay, so the purchasing power parity is very different. Okay, abroad and back home. That's why abroad the cost of things that you buy in Nigeria is not the same. Okay, it's not the same abroad. All right. So if you think that even that lowest point is still sounds decent for you, then you need to listen to the rest of the conversation today. All right, you need to listen to the rest of the conversation today. So recruiters are not just hiring anyhow person or just random. They want to hire people that can make impact. And when I talk about impact, change, they can make visible impact. They can move the needle. And one of the ways you can move the needle now is with AI. And that's exactly where AI comes in. So allow me to give you some updates. Now, how many of you know Mark Zuckerberg? Who is Mark Zuckerberg? Does that name ring a bell? Does the name ring a bell? Does the name ring a bell? Exactly, the owner of Facebook. The other Facebook has said that what? Starting from 2026, employee performance, employee performance will be highly dependent on the AI contribution they make to the business starting from 2026. The impact they make with AI driven initiatives is what will determine their performance in 2026. Okay, the Times of India, another very popular magazine, okay, says that let me let me let me summarize it. McKinsey, one of the largest global management consulting firms in the world, okay, it is saying in a nutshell that AI is not going to replace people. AI will only reshape how we do our jobs. So if in the last 5 years, the last 10 years, your job has basically not changed. Okay, it's still the routine. Oh, go to work, do ABC, and you're not actively looking at how AI affects your job right now. You're making a big mistake. That's exactly what McKinsey is saying. Something I want you to take note of this news is look at when did Mark Zuckerberg talk about this? Who can see this? 14th of November. This is less than a month ago. Less than a month ago, about 3 weeks plus thereabout. Okay. How about uh the other one, November 25th, just a couple of weeks ago. So these are recent trends, and these are the big whales of the world economy, and they are driving the direction of what jobs will start to look like in the very near future. I mean, 2026 is upon us already. Okay. So what are you doing now to cater to these things? Or are you just going to sit down? Okay. And just the way COVID-19 came with opportunities in remote work, passed you by. Okay. Bitcoin came with opportunities, passed a lot of us by. So are we going to let AI pass us by as well? Well, you had that plan before. I'll say you should rethink it again. Okay. Even the Fortune 500 are saying that, look, if you want to get promotion right now, skill up in AI. There is no organization that would have somebody who can create an AI that can handle customer queries like a human would do it. There is no organization that would have somebody that can build that thing and not make that employee happy. All right, and not want to keep that employee. So that's what real impact is. Look at your business or where you're currently working and start to upskill and solve real problems. This one was when November 26th. So these are recent AI news, okay, that shows the urgency that right now the very best step you can take is to start to find AI career paths that suit your personality and suit your goals. And I've included the full articles, okay, on each of the pages. So ensure to fill out the attendance form so you can get my slides. I would love that you visit each of these articles so you can read all of them yourself and see for yourself what these things are all about. Okay. Now, um, this is a female, okay, the co-founder of Analytics, okay, and just the way he moved up the ladder, okay, was with upskilling, all right, moving from being unemployed to a management consultant and to a tech professional, okay, and an interesting thing that I also want to point out is the future of jobs report. Now, remember I was speaking about the whales of the world economy. Okay, they meet in a conference every 2 3 years to discuss the future of jobs, and then a report is compiled. All right, and the future of jobs report, the most recent one, is the one for 2025, and captains of industries, billionaires in dollars, world politicians, very powerful, high net worth individuals come together to discuss these things. Okay. And in summary, anything data processing and AI, you should be considering it. Okay. Going into the future. Now, this is straight from, I mean, the World Economic Forum Future of Jobs report is about 300 page plus. Okay, so this is the link here also. Okay, if you want to read the full report. Okay, but some of the excerpts from the report, if you can see this chart, it's talking about the technologies that are going to be driving businesses. Okay, that are going to be driving transformation within businesses from the year 2025 to 2030. And right at the very top, right on top. I'm not saying second or top, or even number 10 or number 9. I'm not saying that. Okay. Right on top, you have AI and information processing technologies, which means if you know how to do any relevant thing with AI right now, you you are secured in terms of your career, your income going forward. Okay, so um, that this lays emphasis on what you should be looking at, and the report is ginormous. Okay, it is ginormous. So I want you to go through it because just to further prove the initial point, you'd see data and AI skills, projected to be growing. Also, human resource related skills, projected to be part of the growing jobs. Okay, between 2025 and 2030, the list goes on and on and on. Okay, so I'll leave this to you. Fill out the attendance form. Ensure to ensure to get the slides. Okay, so the framework is easy. All right, you learn something, you package yourself, you apply, and then you get a job. That is the framework. You learn plus package. If you exclude any of them, it's like not doing any one of them at all. If you learn, you don't package, but you're applying, zero, you get rejected. If you don't learn, in fact, it doesn't even make sense. So let's still keep learning. If you learn, you package, but you don't apply, it's going to be difficult. Okay, it's going to be difficult. It's possible to still get a job, but it's going to be difficult. Okay, so you have to take all of these things into practice, and make them work. So these are some of the salaries worldwide for some of these roles. Okay, well, guess what? The real thing, the key thing is, it's always seem untouchable, possible, until you see that it is actually done. All of these things seem impossible to achieve by yourself, okay, until you actually see people who have done it. Okay, so I'm going to just go through some of the persons who joined our program and they've gone on to get jobs. We have Abigail, we have Tony, we have Benga, Nathaniel, Abdul Rashid. These guys started just the way you are now. In fact, some of you are better than them when they were at your stage. Okay, before getting into that, some of you right now, you're already in a better position than them when they were actually starting out. Okay, so if these guys can do it, then it means you can do it too. Okay, I love to talk about towing because I was the one who prepared towing for our interview. So that was one of the services that we also offer here at Analytics Business. Prepare you ahead of your interview so that you get the confidence and you get that propensity to getting the job afterwards. Okay, and you can listen to each and every one of them. Yeah, okay, and there are more. You have Joel, you have Vivian, you have Damilare, you have Ikman. I love to talk about Ikman, okay, also because I prepared her for her job interview as well. Okay, now not until Ikmat got the job. I mean, this is someone moving from a full-time stay-at-home mom, staying about 2 years away from the corporate space. Somebody who has worked before, but because of motherhood and some things, she had to stay out of job for 2 good years. Imagine how difficult it would be for such a person to try to get back into the workforce. okay, while nursing. So I didn't know that she was actually nursing until she actually got a job and she was sharing her testimonial and telling people that look, she's a nursing mother, okay, and she was able to do this, which means you can actually do it too. All right, you can actually do it too. So the key thing now is you. Let's streamline it to you now. You. How can analytics business help you? Okay, how can we help you to move from where you currently are, okay, to where you want to be? Andrew, okay, Tolopa is going to send the form right about now, okay. Just ensure you look in the chat. Tolopa is sending it into the chat. So click on the link, and if you can't click on the link, just read the message Tolopa will be sending to the end, and you'll know exactly what to do. All right. So how can we actually help you? So again, that framework that says learn, you have to learn an AI skill, because by 2028, if you don't have an AI skill, it's as good as you don't have a skill, right? It's going to be as good. And that's how AI is going to replace us. People who embrace AI and start to infuse AI into their day to day, they will not just get more done, they'll get it done fast without sacrificing accuracy. So you have to learn. Plus, you have to package yourself. A lot of people are doing fantastic stuff, but because not many people get to see them, opportunities fly over there. So you have to package yourself. Okay. If the link is not clickable, just read the message to the end. Read that attendance message to the end. You see what you should do. Okay. By creative. You see what you should do. Okay. Send us a WhatsApp there. Okay, so that you can get the fresh link. All right. So, having said that, like I said, a lot of people miss out on opportunities simply because nobody knows them. Okay, so you have to package and also apply to those. All right, very, very important. Now, that brings me to the first career path that I want to unveil to you right now. So, I'm going to talk about 5 career paths that you can actually get started in right now. If you want to get skilled, if you want to start making impact, okay, whether you are new into tech or you're experienced or you're wherever it is that you are, or you've not even you've not started working, or you're just fresh out of school, all right, um or you're a professional who is already in the space. These are career paths that you can start to consider if you want to start out in AI. First is AI automation engineering. Okay. So if you want to be able to build AI solutions like chatbots, very smart chatbots that can be deployed on WhatsApp to help businesses, handle WhatsApp messages from customers, Telegram messages, and even make voice conversations with customers. Okay, you want to know how to build those things and deploy them for businesses. Okay, this is the program for you, AI automation engineering. Okay, as you can see, you start with the fundamentals, go to prompt engineering, how to build LLM apps, advanced AI automation to multi-agent systems, building AI voice agents. Okay, so this is the voice agent, okay, that actually speaks and has conversations with uh, with users. Okay, and how to deploy them. Okay, I mean, it's one thing to build, is another thing to deploy. And if you're using um, quite a host of technologies. Okay, N10, being one of the most integral technology you're using, Flowise, Chroma, Airtable, Zapier, Claude AI, Twilio, and all of these have their specific functions. For example, 11 Labs allows you to give your AI the functionality of being able to speak with people using a voice. Okay, so that is that about the AI automation engineering. You also have the AI for data analyst. Now, this still involves AI automation, but it is niched down to the data analyst profession. So if you are here and you are interested in data analysis, or you are already a data analyst for that matter, this is a program for you. So some of the activities that you'll be partaking in or that will be on the table as a data analyst. Okay, you want to build AI agents, AI data analysts that can handle these things so that you, as a data analyst, you can focus more on impact. Look, it's a new reality that has dawned on um, on us as professionals. You can't escape bringing impact to any business. Okay, you can't escape it. So it's, if you want to remain there, or if you want to, uh, be in a better position, you have to make impact. Okay, now as a data analyst, nobody cares about how you wrote a calculation or how you were able to, conjoin the charts. Nobody cares. What they care about is solutions. We have a problem. Did you see anything relevant to our problem in the data? Oh, how can we solve the problem? Okay, so these are conversations you now want to be having. Okay, and you'll be learning quite a whole lot in this particular program. Okay, so this one is tailored to data analysts. You also have generative AI for HR analysts. Remember, I said that the HR analyst, you are very similar to a data analyst, but you're focusing on HR data. Can we remember? Do you remember at the beginning of the session when I said that? Let me see if we still me. Do you remember? Type yes if you remember the chat. Type yes in the chat if you remember. I mentioned this at the beginning, that as a HR analyst, you are a data analyst, but you're analyzing HR data, and you're also involved in some of the HR processes within an organization. Fantastic one. So the tools overlap with that of data analyst, but it is niched down to the HR, the HR sector. Okay. So this course is for you if you are into HR or you have an interest in HR, okay, or even it ties you to HR, okay, you love HR or you currently work as a HR personnel with your company where you work, you want to consider this particular program. Okay, all right. The final two, you have generative AI for business analysts, okay, and generative AI for project managers. Now, a business analyst and a project manager are similar, okay, um, but while the business analyst would focus on the overall business, the project manager would focus on smaller projects within the business, okay. And the main aim of a project manager is to ensure that every stakeholder involved in the creation of the project or in completion of the project actually does what they are meant to do. Okay. Somebody saying can't hear me anymore. Confirm if you can hear me, guys. If you can hear me, talk loud and clear, so I know if it's a problem from my end or from Oluwarotimi's end. Okay. Thank you very much. So quite a number of people can hear me. So Oluwarotimi, you may want to check your network. Thank you very much, Manuel, for that response. Okay. So as I was saying, a project manager and a business analyst are very similar. So while a business analyst focus on the overall business, the project manager is existing to ensure that everybody within a project does their job. So it's going to involve tracking, risk management, risk analysis, project planning, and so many more, stakeholder engagement, communication, and the likes. So if this sounds like something that interests you, okay, and you want to get into generative AI project managers, or generative AI for business analysts, okay, like I said, as a business analyst, you're a problem solver, you also plan projects, perform gap analysis, requirement analysis, and gathering, process mapping, and the likes. You do all of these things. They are manual in a normal day. But guess what? You can start to infuse generative AI to get ahead of the competition. You use tools like Perplexity, Nero, Jira AI, ClickUp AI, Copilot, okay, Gamma, Asana AI, and so many more, over the course of your training. Now, one thing that we've seen here at Analytics Business, okay, that has made us unique from the pack is We understand that learning the technical aspect is one thing. Positioning. Do you remember positioning from the beginning of the session that you typed? Do you remember? Fantastic. So positioning is what renders you employable. So for that reason, we have some employability skills which goes hand in hand, okay, hand in gloves with the technical training, okay, starting from the CV river, the CV river. How should your CV look like before it goes into the ATS? Can you see how we are thinking now? So it's not how should your CV look like in front of the HR first. It is how should your CV even look like for the ATS to be able to move it to the HR team. Then we can now worry about how it should look like to the HR. Okay. So you have LinkedIn optimization. How should your LinkedIn profile look like? You have navigating the job market. Okay, navigating what? The job market. So how do you look for jobs? Where do you look for these jobs? That's where you get it. Okay, interview preparation. I mean, I don't think I need to overflow this. I already talked about Tony. I talked about uh, Nathaniel. I talked about uh, Ikmat, and their names go on and on. And these guys, these guys got interview preparation. So they got an interview, and we prepared them ahead of the interview, and boom, they got the job. Okay, job reference letters. Look, we do something that you won't find many other establishments like ourselves do. Okay, what do we do that makes us unique? We allow our participants use our company and our brand as a stepping stone on platforms like LinkedIn. So you can say that you've been engaged with us as a consultant. Okay, and this is once you've joined us. Okay, you can immediately take off that consultant role. Okay, all right, and when it's time to get when it's time to get a reference letter, you can easily just reach out to us. Okay, you can easily just reach out to us, and we and we will and we will you can easily just reach out to us, and we will give you the letter. Okay, would give you the recommendation letter or reference letter, however you want to call it. All right, people have different names that they call it. So we'll give it to you so that it solidifies the offer that you're getting. You also get on the job support. Okay, not many firms still want to work with you once your program is ended. For most training programs, once your program ends, that's it. Bye bye. Guess what? Even when you've gotten a job, which is your primary goal for joining us, still are willing to work with you at no extra cost. Again, not many people do this. You have weekly mentorship sessions where we take you through some of the salient things that we've already been discussing and what have you, to ensure that you are in the right frame of mind. Okay, we don't overlook things, even if they are small as imposter syndrome, because these are deciding factors. There are factors that would, separate people who get jobs and people who will not get jobs. So for that reason, we, go through all of these things to ensure that you are in the best position uh, to get jobs. It's a 2 month journey, 100% online, just the way we are on this call. Okay. Um, and as your sessions will be majorly Saturdays and Sundays. So Saturdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sundays 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. You have an instructor like myself in class walking you through step by step through the process in learning, and you'll be doing majorly practicals. Okay, majorly practicals. Now your very first class may be introduction, of course, to water the ground, ensure that you are getting you're getting to understand some basic stuff. And from the first Sunday onwards, you're going to be involved in practicals. Okay, you're going to build stuff. Now during the week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, Tuesday evenings at around 9 p.m. I know we have 8:30 here, but at around 9 p.m. ish, okay, you jump on a call with your facilitator and you can make complaints. So that is not a class, it's just for you to ask questions, make complaints, or make presentations as the case may be. All right. Thursday, same time, it's about 9 p.m. ish. You'll also get into you also get the mentorship sessions. Now, all these sessions, as they are happening live, they'll be recorded. Okay. Now, this is not to encourage absenteeism. All right. We are not encouraging absenteeism. We are just recording it. The main purpose of we recording your classes as they happen is to make it available to you so that you can make reference to it another time in the future. I mean, you expect that you want to practice. So what should you practice with? It's these videos, right? So we provide them to you for that purpose. Now, we understand we are all adults. We also understand that things may come up once in a while, okay, which may cause you to miss class. And that's where the recordings also come handy. Now, one very important thing, and I don't think I talk about this enough, is the certificate you get at the end of this program is certified by is accredited by the ACTD, the American Council of Training and Development. Now, okay, what this means is when you are interacting with potential recruiters abroad, it becomes very relevant for you to have this kind of certification. Okay, while they will not hire you just because of the certificate, I mean, they're going to look at what you've been able to do. Okay, this can be the final factor that makes them decide to hire you over the second person. I mean, this person, learned with a reputable organization, they worked with a reputable organization, they have affiliation with the ACTD. So I think we should go with this person. All right. We should go with this person. They'll be more, conversant with our terms or this or that. And that will be the deciding factor. When they cannot break the tie easily between two candidates and they need just one person for them, these are some of the deciding factors. Okay. And it is always not wrong. It can't go wrong that you have an ACTD as an accredited certificate in your possession. Am I making sense, guys? Are we together? Are we together? Are we together? Are we together? Fantastic. Just one person? Only one person is together with me? Okay, aha, that's more like it. That's more like it. Now, there are several job boards where you can get remote jobs. And this is not a comprehensive list. This is just, some of many. Flex jobs, we work remotely, remote okay, crossover, remote cool, Jobspresso, remote eve, skip the drive. Well found. Well found used to be Angel List. Okay. Those of you who have been applying for like 10 years now, you know Angel List. Okay, Upwork, Fiverr, LinkedIn. Okay, these are platforms where you can leverage opportunities. Okay, Upwork alone, enormous opportunities that you'll be getting there. So, but it's just for you to know this. So knowledge, they say, is power, right? Whoever said that was not wrong at all. Okay, knowledge can separate you from your peers. Knowledge gives you power. Okay, so if you know that if you know this, just knowing about this job board alone puts you 2 steps ahead of others. Okay, I mean, if you don't know it, where would you look for the jobs from? All right, make sense? Yes, makes sense. Okay, so those of you asking for the attendance form, it's in the chat now. So click on the link. If you can't click on the link, just send a WhatsApp message to the number attached to that message. All right, thank you very much. Now, Pavel, this person, okay, used to be a teacher, transitioning to being a tech professional. Follow our templates. Learn, package, Remember the weekend session that I talked about, the support session and the mentorship session. Okay, that's the kind of diligence we want to see from you. Okay, these are been the characteristics of people who finally get jobs after doing our program. So many of them, you know, come out, follow everyone. That's okay, December 2024. Judith saving from a care worker to her very first tech job after passing through um, 10 analytics. Now, the very first step for you is you want to pick a niche. Pick one of the programs, okay? Number two, build a portfolio. I cannot overemphasize the extent to which portfolio will take you. Now, majority of the people, when you say portfolio, they think about GitHub repository. No, that's not what we're talking about. Okay, most of the time, GitHub is not so straightforward, especially for non-tech recruiters. Okay, it's pretty much not straightforward. So you want to build like a website where you can have your project hosted, okay, for free, and then get the link, and that is the link you share CV, if you go for tech events and you meet somebody, you're introducing yourself, telling them about what you do, and they say, okay, can I see what you've done so far? That is where your portfolio would speak for you. So you need a portfolio, okay? You need a portfolio. You need to pick a niche, okay? You need to pick a niche, okay? What industry or industries do you want to serve? Okay, outline them and start. So that keeps you focused and not all over the place. Step number 4 is once you've gotten your first client, all right, capitalize on that to step number 5, which is how do you scale? So these are skills that you can build a business around. Okay, these are skills that you can build a whole business around. So this is just reiterating some of the job boards that I mentioned in the past. Now the key thing for you right now. So and meanwhile, I'm gonna allow room for questions very soon. Okay. Once I've walked you through how you can get started, in the next class, you'll be able to unmute and ask me questions. So stick around to the end so you can ask me any questions that you may have. Okay? Yeah. Now, how do you get started? So it is worth noting that currently here at Analytics, we are celebrating our 5 years anniversary. Okay, we've been in operations for over half a decade. Okay, and how do we commemorate that? How do we show that we are happy? All right, to people. Okay, first is the next cohort is starting on the 10th of January 2026. The next cohort is starting on the 10th of January 2026. Okay, and for you to get into the class, okay, so this is for the first 10 people. All right, this is for the first 10 people. I'll come back to this later. Okay, for the first 10 people to actually register, I have something special for them. Okay, something special for you. Okay, that portfolio that I talked about, I'll give you a resource, okay, where you can get your own portfolio up and running without writing code. So the age of coding to build a website has gone. Okay, so without writing any code, you build your own website from scratch and you get it up into your CV. All right. So now for all the courses, the standard fee is 200,000 naira. But if you're on this call right now, you will not be paying 200,000 naira. Okay, for the AI automation engineering program, we have a 50% discount on it currently. Okay, a 50% discount. So the total amount for the program is 100,000 naira. Okay, and right now you can secure your spots ahead of the class. Okay, spots are very limited. Okay, you can secure a spot ahead of the class with a 2 installment plan. Okay, if you need a most flexible plan, you can let us know. Okay, for standard, a two installment plan. Okay, 50,000 naira first, that guarantees you that discounted spot, and then later you can top up with the remaining 50,000 naira. For the other courses, you have a 60% discount on each of them. Okay, and the price is each 80,000 naira, and you can secure a spot with just 40,000 naira for each of them right now. Okay, so you have two methods of payment. You can pay online on our website. Uh, it's analyticsbusiness.ca/open programs. Okay, as you can see on my screen. Okay, as you can see on my screen. So you can come to our website. All right, you can come to our website. One of my team members will post the link in the chat now, and you can select whatever program you want and go on to register. Or you can do a direct bank transfer to our Kuda bank account 3002 668 546, and immediately you've done that, you send the proof of payment to our contact right here, 070-889-14669. 070-889-14669. Okay, 14669. So like I said, the current fees, okay, 100,000 naira for the AI automation, 80,000 naira each for the rest. Okay, and you can see the split payment right there and the details right there. Okay, we've done so many things here at Analytics. Okay, we've gone for the Alberta Catalyzer program, where our founders had the opportunity to meet top tech founders from around North America. Okay, and we have more success stories. So people who, have gotten jobs. There are just so many. Ikmat once again, Oluwatoyin, Pavel, so many. The success stories are much. Okay, and if you want to look at each and every one of them, ensure to fill out the attendance form. You get the slide, and you get to see each and every one of them. Okay, so the list goes on and on. Okay, there are just so many. If we want to go down that route today, we turn this session to a success story session. Okay, but for now, how can you benefit from it? That's exactly what you should be talking about. So in the next 20-25 minutes, I'll take questions. If you want to ask questions, use the raise hand icon. See the raise hand icon. If you're using your phone, on the bottom right, you see some three dots. Click on that three dots. You see the raise hand icon. Click on it, and that will raise your hand. Now, the rule of thumb is this: you only speak when I call your name, so that we maintain a little bit of orderliness. Okay, so I'll call your name based on the sequence in which you raise your hand, and only if I call your name, you speak. You can also type your questions in the chat box. So intermittently, I'll be moving from the hands to the chat. So if you want to be comfortable with, typing in the chat, I'm also comfortable with that, and we can work together. So, Subai, creatives, maybe you want to tell me your real name, okay? uh, Go ahead with your question. Let me see if you can speak. Mute. Let me allow you to mute. Turn on microphone. All right, so you should be able to turn on your microphone now. Subai Creatives. So let me know your real name, and then you can go on from there with your question.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking.
I'm Ibrahim by name. I'm Ibrahim. I'm glad we could attend this meeting tonight. My
Awesome.
question is that for someone like me who doesn't have a pure skill, I'm not a data analyst, I'm not an HR, I'm not a business analyst, I'm not a project
Yeah.
manager. I don't know what is the best for me to choose. I don't know. I just want you to, because I met this session at like middle term. So I was not with you when we started. So I don't know. Maybe you can just brief me with the one that is best for me and the opportunities that are there for me. Because so far the success stories that I've been seeing are for those who are in the business analyst. I don't know if choosing the automation engineering will be best for me, or there are some things that I can just choose. I hope you understand me.
Yeah, fantastic. So here's the thing, right? For someone like you, okay, what I would suggest that you go for is AI automation engineering. Here's the reason why. You see, AI automation engineering is for someone who wants to really start something new, okay? You want to start something because it's not hinged on any prior, let me not say hinge. It is not directly related to any prior experience. Okay. So with AI automation engineering, okay, I mean, whether you're a goalkeeper currently, or you are a fisherman, or you are a pilot, or you are already into tech, you can actually go into it. Okay. Now, for the other ones, like generative AI for DA, HR, BA, and project managers, okay, it's either you are planning to further, go into these career paths, okay, probably you've been in them for like a data analyst and the likes, or you are a newbie, you've not done anything in them before, but you are interested in towing that line going forward, then yes, that is what you want to go into. Okay. So given that, I would recommend AI automation engineering for you because in fact, with that career path, you are not necessarily only looking at working and getting paid salary. You can actually build a business around, um, AI automation engineering. Okay, you can build your own AI agency, uh, and the likes. Okay, so that is pretty much what it is. That's pretty much what it is. What do you think about my recommendation for you? Like you mentioned that your name is Ibrahim, correct?
All right, yeah, thank you. I really appreciate. I don't know. Okay, I will try to make a choice, but I'm looking at the. All right, I'm even
What
confused
are you
right
looking?
now, but
Feel free. I'm not a policeman. Okay, feel free. Feel free to. I'm not a police. Or do I look
I
like a
understand.
policeman? Maybe because I'm wearing a black cap. Did I take it off?
We are funny though. What I'm trying to say is that
Yeah.
though I have left for data analyst,
Okay.
and all business analyst, so I don't like the HR project manager,
Okay.
but business analyst, I think I have left for that, but I don't know if um choosing the AI automation engineering will be better for me in terms of employability and getting jobs,
Mm.
because I heard that the automation engineer only build apps as it is written there. They only build apps and sell to the business owners and the likes. So I don't know the employability in the vast, the open jobs for the automation engineer. Learning a skill is not that kind of important than
All
knowing if
right.
there is a bad business for you. Thank you.
All right. Fantastic. AI automation as a career I don't even know if versatile is a word that qualifies it very well. But let me show you something since you brought it up. Ordinarily, you would have paid for this before I show you, but let me show you regardless. Okay, let me show you. Let's go to Upwork. Do you know Upwork? Do you have an Upwork account? Who here has an Upwork account?
I
Let me know
have
the real the real. You have an Upwork account.
yeah.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So let me show you an example. So you want to build a business or you want to freelance around, AI automation. Let's quickly do a little bit of practical. Normally, this is something I only show people who have registered. Okay, but because you mentioned it and you sound very serious about it, I'll show you. And guess what? Other people who are currently here are also going to benefit from this. Okay, so they should be thanking you for asking that question. Now, Upwork is a platform where you position yourself as a tech talent. Then you have individuals and organizations who need you to, who need your kind of talent to solve some problems. Okay, of course, you're not going to do it for free. You're going to get paid. Okay, now Upwork generally allows you to position either as a freelancer or a hiring manager. Okay, so here I'm a freelancer, so I want to search for jobs. So I'm going to search what AI automation, and I just want you to take a moment, okay, to appreciate the opportunities. Okay, let's search for AI automation. All right, search for AI automation, and boom, just run a random search. AI automation specialists build custom AI agents and workflows for a new growing company. Okay, AI specialists, product data automation. So this is what they need the person to do. AI automation specialists, no agencies. Okay. Next Gen AI automation is looking for creative problem solver who loves building smart, scalable automation systems that actually makes businesses run smoother. We're not just wiring up tools to build intelligent systems to power up and so on and so forth. Okay, anything, one of the skills, one of the tools you're learning of the program is what you need for this. Okay, but let me tell you one secret. Now, if I were to apply to a job now, I will not apply to any one of this. Do you know why? Should I tell you why?
Yeah, yeah,
If I
yeah, yeah.
don't get, there are 30 people on, there are over 30 people on this call. If I don't get 30 responses, I will not tell you why. I'll reserve it for only those who I won't tell you why. I must get up to 30 responses in the chat. Do you know why I will not apply to any one of these? Because you may already be looking at, okay, these are jobs I could apply to this one. No, I would recommend that you don't apply to this one. So let me count. 1, 2, 3. Let's get into 30. You must fill the attendance form too. Okay? Ensure you have filled the attendance form before you even say why. All right. I have just 5 people that have said why already. Okay. 6 people. It remains 24. Okay, let's get to at least 15. If we can get to 15, I'll tell you the reason why. Why you didn't even apply to these ones. The reason. I'm not saying the jobs are not fantastic. I mean, these are actually jobs, but the reason why I'll tell you not to apply to these ones, okay, is it's too late. This one was posted 5 hours ago. It's too late. You're late. This is Upwork, okay? So Upwork has its own peculiarities, and these are some of the things that people don't know. You think, oh, because you think it works like LinkedIn, or it works like Indeed, or it works like other job boards. No, it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't. When a job is posted, what it means is that the person wants somebody hired like yesterday. If somebody posts a job on Upwork that they want to hire for that job, they need the person yesterday. Do you know what that means? People who jump on that job and apply ASAP are the ones that get the first opportunity. So within 5 hours, within one day, okay, they've hired for the job already. All right. So what you want to do is you don't want to really look at best matches. You want to look at most recent. Most recent. So when you click on most recent, I'm going to show you the ones were literally uploaded right now. And if there are none, okay, then you wait a while and check again. That is the trick on Upwork. But for all of these things to make sense, for example, look at this one. When was this posted, guys? When was this posted? Can you see this? 4 minutes ago. Can you see this, guys? 4 minutes ago, and this person is looking for a full-time automation engineer. Okay? 4 minutes ago, these are the kind of jobs you want. These are the kind of jobs you want to apply to. Okay. So meaning while we were having the conversation, while we were here busy learning stuff, um, later on, I will just mute your mic. It's kind of giving me a feedback. So this one was posted when 8 minutes ago. How about this one? 19 minutes ago. While we were all discussing AI, people are looking for AI experts, prompt engineering, advanced AI prompts. Okay. Prompt engineering is part of the things you'll be learning in any of the courses you do. 24 minutes ago. 84 minutes ago. So these are the ones I would apply to. They are pushing those ones, they're applying to these ones. I have a better chance than you. Okay. And just because I know this, I'm better off. Do you understand? So that's why knowledge these days, positioning, matters the most. It's not really about how hard you work these days. It's about how smart you work. Okay. And how much work you do based off knowledge. So I hope you've been able to learn one or two things. Ibrahim, correct? That's you, Subai, creating.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. I've learned
All
a
right,
lot.
fantastic. Um, okay, so now the key thing is the discount is not for everybody. Okay, just for a few people. Okay, so are you securing your discount now? Because that's the only guarantee I can give you that you benefit from it. Are you securing a discount now? And if you've secured yours already, please type in the chat that, oh, I've secured mine. Okay, and let me congratulate you. You also have questions, you want to raise your hand and ask, and go ahead. Okay. So Subai, the details are in the chat. They are on my screen as well. So do all to copy it. Okay. Do the needful and reach out to us immediately after so that you can get yourself enrolled properly into our database. Okay. So who else has any question they want to ask me? I can only see only Subai's hand was raised. Let me check the chat. Let me see if there's any question. Did anybody ask any other question? Let's see. Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? Okay, so if we don't have any question, we will start to roll the curtain down. Okay, we'll start to roll the curtain down. If you have questions, you can ask now. You want to ask now. Let me see. Let me see who is here. Abubakar Rabi, Adinka, Adindu. Adindu, your name looks very familiar. Have we spoken before? I think we've spoken before. Am I correct? Or we've met before in a session like this. Your name is very familiar. Andrew, how about you? Anything for me? Amba, Obina Chiamaka, Emmanuel Benedict, Gold Bridge Resources, um, Dimson, Issue, Janet, Lincoln. Uh, your mic was muted the other time. I was only muted it. So if you have any questions, Michael, JB. I was expecting that you would have questions, tons of questions for me. I was shocked that you didn't have any questions. Michael, do you have any questions? Also have Michael Olorunfemi. You're already unmuted. So Michael, you say, oh, you don't have any questions. You're fine. You're fine, meaning you've already registered. Wow, congratulations. Congratulations to you, Michael, for registering. Which program did you go for? Which of the programs did you go for, Mike? Let me know which one you went for. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, So, Michael, your mic seems unmuted. Are you speaking? Yeah, I also have Musa Muritala, Ogo Chinedu, Kereke, Michael. Wow, I have three Michaels on this call. Am I not lucky? Olabanji Adams, Olua Fermi, Oyewale Ojo, Prince Will. I think that's Duro Simi, if I'm correct. Priscilla, Rita, Sixtus, um, Toke, Toke Amara, um, Buchuka. You see, you don't have any questions. You guys are already ready. If you're already registered, that's fine. We come for you guys. If not, then you need to tell me why you haven't yet. Okay? Why haven't you yet? Because guess what? Next year, 2026, you will not escape the hands of the government when it comes to tax. Okay? And one of the ways to still be secured in that eventuality is to increase your income. So between me and you right now, how what plan do you have to increase your income going into 2026? Is it working harder where you're currently employed, or you just, wait for your tenure, your tenure bonus? Several organizations have something like that. And wow, they just increase the salary, okay, by like maybe like 1%, okay, after like 5 years. Is that what you're banking on to combat the fluctuating economy, right? So sit down and ask yourself that question. That look, okay, if I don't register for this program, how much am I saving? 80K. How long would that go for you? So would you rather save 80K now? Okay. And guess what? It won't last past January. Or you invest it into something that would impact your life going forward. Which of that are you taking? So you want to think about that, okay, very deeply. All right. Think about it very deeply. Okay. People like investing in stock, investing in crypto, you know, and all of that. Very good stuff. But guess what? People miss out on a very valuable information. There is a range of income that you would have right now that the best thing for you and for most people, the best thing for you right now is to invest in yourself. You are the coin that you want to invest in. You are the asset. Okay, you are the foreign exchange you should be investing in right now. Yourself. Invest in yourself. Become a better professional. You have the ability to earn more for yourself. Okay, and when you earn more, it then starts to make sense. When you have surplus, it then starts to make sense to instead of just saving it up, you can invest it, and you have the money working for you. So that's a candid advice. Okay. Let me check one more time if there are any questions for me in the chat. If there are no questions, then I think this is where we'll call it a night. Okay. This is where we'll call it a night, and see you guys in class. Okay. See you in class. Cheers, guys, and have a wonderful day ahead.